1-2, check. Check 1-2, check.
Hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me?
I got you, loud and clear.
Loud and clear. Woohoo. Everything's all plugged in, nothing got jammed.
Go ahead and walk me through this right here.
We need to check for...
Clearance, this is November 515 Sierra Tango.
There we go. Nope, still not.
November 515 Sierra Tango, pure clearance.
Yeah, we wanted to head VFR to the west to go to Nauvoo.
Okay. We're checking if these do what it says it needs to do, so we'll press continue
November
once.
5 Sierra Tango, what was the destination?
So we'll see.
This
should change. Half left.
Or half, we'll call it Kilcook, Iowa, Echo Oscar Kilo.
Half left and out of view, and then half up out of view, so I'll press continue again.
So this one here is only going to be for our GPS 2.
Okay.
In other words, our VOR. This is the one that we'll be looking at today. This is a beautiful screen. We don't have to tune it or anything like that.
Brand
it's called
new.
a G5.
Nice.
Chance 5 Sierra Tango, maintain hour below 5,000.
Okay, so we should see, I don't think I've used this one yet.
Squawk 0242.
So I'm looking for...
Same exact theory here, with the exception of it's an HSI as well.
And,
so we're looking for one, it's pointed towards 150. Is it pointed toward 150?
No, so
it is.
This is?
See how the arrow?
Oh, the purple arrow.
Okay,
okay, heading towards 150.
Yep.
So where that checks out, is it half to the left?
Yes.
Is it half to the up? Half up?
Yes.
Okay. Is there any flags on there?
Ready to taxi the runway.
Flags?
You would see it if there's a flag.
I'm guessing not, no.
There's not a flag, so the flag's out of view. Is it a 2 indication, which is referring to this right here? This triangle?
Yeah.
It's pointed towards the same direction, right?
Right.
That means there's a 2 indication, so we're good to go. Go ahead and continue.
Perfect.
And we're going to head over to map. Back to the checklist.
Back to the checklist.
Have you used this type of GPS?
I haven't necessarily used it per se.
Have you seen it?
I've seen it. I've played around with it in like flight sims. I think Microsoft Flight Sim has a similar Garmin.
Okay.
But I haven't sat inside this plane and used it yet.
Wait, Canton has an airport? We might have to go over there someday.
Sounds like a deal. All right.
We'll go to other airports once we nail landings.
Altimeter, I guess we got to read ATIS, so we got to do ATIS NWS. So ATIS is 126.1. Is already here.
Nice.
Multiple cranes, point 2 to point 3 nautical miles east, northeast of Peoria Airport, 70 feet AGL. Advise on initial contact, you have uniform.
Uniform.
Peoria tower information, uniform, 1954 Zulu weather, wind variable at 5, visibility 10, sky clear, temperature 17, dew point 4, altimeter 3028, visual approach in use, runways 4 and 13, notice to airmen, runway 13 outer marker out of service, runway 31 localizer only approach not available, multiple cranes, point 2 to point 3 nautical miles east, northeast of Peoria Airport, 70 feet AGL, advise on initial contact, you have uniform.
Okay, altimeter set. We can go ahead and switch back
to confirmation uniform, 19
clearance delivery
at 5, visibility 10, sky clear, temperature 17, dew point 4, altimeter 3028, visual approach in use.
I wrote it down wrong. You're right. Okay.
3028, okay.
And then what were we saying? Please continue.
Clearance delivery 124.675, so we'll change this.
70 feet AGL.
We go here,
on initial contact, you have
and then clearance delivery 124.
Peoria tower information uniform, 1954 Zulu weather, wind variable at 5, visibility 10.
So here we'll pull out,
17, dew point 4,
then we will go up 1, then push back in. Feel this? Feel this?
Notice to airmen, runway 13 outer marker out of service, runway 31 localizer only approach not available.
So now we can come back over, we're on clearance delivery right now.
Okay.
Okay.
XPDR, alt, and squawk, don't have squawk yet. ADS-B on. That comes with the...
Yep, comes with the nav lights, so turn those on.
Turn on nav lights.
Landing light will come on.
Landing light come on. Radio test, radio works. Well, I guess we haven't done a radio test yet.
We'll do that once we call up clearance.
Taxi light as required. Do we have a taxi
I already
light?
turned it on.
Where is it?
Right here.
Oh, it's with the land lights?
Yep, so landing light is this. Taxi light is this.
Oh, just one pull out. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Brakes, test, Altitude indicator test. Where is our altitude indicator? That looks pretty level. Turn coordinator test, we'll do that on our way out. And HSI to compass. So there's our compass, and where is our...
What's the other one?
HI to compass, so it's still this one?
This is our HSI. This is our whiskey compass.
Okay.
It just looks different than the other one. But yes. Oh, no, sorry, it doesn't look different. This is the same one. But this one does because it's a glass.
So this is telling me that we're a little lower than 270, and this is 271, so do I just adjust it to?
You can't adjust it.
Oh, it's okay. So
this is an independent unit. This one is subject to our iPad, or my iPad, the magnetic forces in the airplane. So it's expected to be off slightly. Okay. This is pretty much always going to be dead on because it automatically adjusts for this. Take a look here. If I want to go north, which is 360, I have to go for 358 because of the airplane's magnetic fields and stuff like that being off, taking it off. Look at this one. This one's off by 0.1, or off by 1, sorry. This one's off by 2, do I say?
Okay, I see what you mean.
Yep.
Interesting. And then there's even a date on there for 2023. Wow, that's maybe a little out of date.
That's probably when this was added into the airplane.
All right, so we've done our pre-taxi checklist, so now it's time for calling clearance delivery and...
Not quite yet.
No?
We're going to do the run-up and stuff first, right?
Oh, so we taxi to the run-up area, do a run-up, and then we contact...
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
You have the controls.
My controls.
Do you have the brakes?
I have the brakes.
All right. Now, we're going to taxi to our normals place. What way are we going to be facing for our run-up?
Not anywhere that our engine will be...
It's hot as crap in here.
I was about to say, actually, it was getting really hot. I gotta open my little air conditioner, too.
That won't work until
we start flying, but...
Yeah.
We want to aim our thrust away from other planes.
Yes, but we are going to face into the wind is what I'm looking for.
Into the wind, okay.
Into the wind. So take a look at the windsock. What way are you going to face?
We would have to face behind us.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're going to come over here, and we're going to turn back this way. And we will position like that. While we're taxiing over there, you're going to be doing the check for our turn coordinator, our ball, and our... Hold on. Piece of crap. My battery's just died.
Of course. Which part has the battery? Is it your...
For the noise canceling.
Oh, interesting. Yeah,
anyway.
I don't get noise canceling. I'm not a...
Well, mine are less sealed because they have noise canceling. Yours are more sealed because they don't.
Okay.
So it works out to mine slightly quieter, but yours are, yeah, it's...
So you need your noise canceling basically, but...
Yes.
Makes sense.
Otherwise it's very hard for me to hear you. Okay. This is why I carry batteries with me. They normally last for about 6 months. Okay. Those batteries are over like 2 years old.
So as we're taxiing to our run-up,
Yes.
we're going to do turn coordinator and our HSI.
Do you remember how to do those tests? What you're looking for?
We'll move to the left. Well, if we move to the left, we should see turn coordinator go to the left and the rudder go to
the ball should be in the opposite direction.
Ball should be in the opposite direction, and then we'll do the same on the other side.
So this is the rate of turn indicator, right?
Right.
So rate of turn indicator is indicating in the direction of the turn. Ball is turning. The ball is going in the opposite direction of the turn is what we'll say. And then HSI is turning to true, which means that it's correct, and known headings, which means that it's turning to like headings that it's turning as we're moving.
Right.
Right?
Shouldn't be going to the north when we're turning to the south.
That would be unfortunate. Something's majorly wrong if that's the case. So much so that I would take a picture of it.
Nice.
So, whenever you're ready. And don't forget, you are taxiing this airplane, so it is your responsibility to... Now, of course, it is my responsibility at the end of the day because I'm the private pilot.
Right.
But it is your responsibility to make sure the area is clear. So before we taxi, what potential hazards do we have from our taxi point here to there?
Other planes, people...
Specifically. What do you think?
Specifically, I mean that whole
Okay.
construction area
What
right
about
over there.
these chalks here?
Oh, I didn't even see those chalks.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Maybe somebody left those there, so yeah, we want to avoid those.
Okay. What about this airplane?
We want to not let our shadows touch at the very least, but also
Okay.
keep a very clear.
And so
wide
what's your
berth.
plan of getting over there?
Are
Are you going to go around the chalks, or are you going to go in between here? What are you thinking?
I think I'm going to go in between them because I see cars backing up over there, so I don't want to try and.
That's a good plan. So before we taxi, of course, clear left, clear right, clear straight ahead. That way we don't fall into any, just when we're driving and you zone out. No. We're making sure, we're saying, hey, it's clear here, we're good. So I'll leave it to you.
All right, clear to the left, clear to the right, clear straight ahead.
Clear to taxi.
Clear to taxi, foot off the brakes.
Okay, just we'll go ahead and move forward, and we're going to do our brake test. So keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Now go power idle and brake.
Brake. Make sure our brakes work.
I have the controls.
Your controls.
I have the controls.
Okay, so you do it harsh.
Not terribly harsh, right?
But enough to
It could
feel
have been more harsh, but I do want to make sure that I have enough brake authority, right? You have the controls.
My controls on the brake.
You have them. And go ahead and taxi us over there. We do have this Escalade that's looking to do something, but we have the right of way. We will taxi slowly. And since we are going away from the wind, this will actually go full down.
Down. Okay.
And watch out for the chalk, so start going this way. That way. Watch your wingtip.
Watching my wingtip.
And I feel you riding the brakes. I'm doing a little bit of this. You see what my head's doing?
Yeah.
So if we need less speed, right, just pull some power out there. All right, now we'll start going this way. But I do want to feel this a little bit, because I don't want you riding the brakes. I don't want you sitting on the brakes, just like, as the brakes are just grinding, So we want to just do those slight brake pressures, but not here. My controls.
My controls.
We don't want to do brake pressure like this, where we're this.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We don't want to do, this was exaggerated from what you're doing. We want to do this. Okay, now we're slower. Okay, look, we're speeding up again. Hold on. We're doing braking, but we're actually doing effective braking. But what we don't want to do is this.
Which is what I was doing.
I'm holding my brakes. You weren't doing that.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's what we don't want to do, where I was riding the brakes. I'm on the brakes, stopping us from moving forward, right?
Right.
So we'll just reduce power if we don't want that, right?
So now we want to turn around and do our run-up.
Yeah, you have the controls.
My controls.
Go and position us in a good way. You have the controls. Position us in a good way for our run-up.
Man, I'm still trying to get used to how light/heavy the brakes are.
Yeah,
A little different.
it is different. I would use some brake right here. See how we turn like that?
Yeah. Wow. Okay. There's more rudder than I feel like I'm using.
I just tapped the brake.
Okay, you did.
Here, I have the controls.
Controls.
So basically what I'm doing here is I go like this. I'm on the right here, power, and then I'm on only the left or the right brake. Okay?
Okay.
That's what's going to give you that control and authority. Because if I stop this wheel and the airplane still wants to move because that wheel's free, how are we going to turn?
We're not.
We are going to turn.
Oh, we are? Even without...
If that wheel's stopped and that wheel's not stopped and we're moving forward,
Oh, yeah. It's just
we're just going to rotate on that pivot point, right?
Right.
So we're going to use that as a additional way to help us steer, to give us more authority with our steering. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Okay. I'm on the brakes, but I want you still on the brakes, okay? I'm just on the brakes as a safety precaution. I'm not even really like pushing on the brakes, okay? Because I want you to feel, we're going to do the run-up, and I want you to feel, oh, we need some brakes here.
Right.
Because this is going to go crazy. It's going to be a lot of thrust, okay?
All right. Brakes, fuel both. Fuel looks good. Oh, nope, on this one I got to change it down to...
Oh.
I can't reach.
Got to buckle.
Loosen it.
There. Oh, you can just loosen that? Oh, stinking sick. Bro, I've been unbuckling every time.
tighten it back up.
Making my life hard on me.
Yeah, these ones are not comfortable.
Remember what I was saying earlier about the other plane, dude? I was like, oh, it's a normal one. Okay, we're fine. I'll wear that one. But this one, dude, it's great because you know you're not like, dude, if we get in an accident or something like that and we land hard, I'm not moving, dude.
Yeah, these are gonna strap us in pretty well.
Yeah, so in that aspect, I'm very glad to have these, you know, but I wish I had these in the car, honestly. They're really good. Okay.
All right, fuel both, trim, take off.
Okay.
Okay. Where was I? Flight controls, so we're gonna do all the way in. Are they going down? All the way back? Are they going up? We're gonna do to the left, giving me a thumbs up, giving me a thumbs down, swap it. That should be giving me a thumbs up, and that should be giving me a thumbs down. We're good to go there. And mixture, best power. Should I all the way in? We're not taxiing yet. Primer in and locked. Primer is in and locked. And 1700 RPM. And once we do 1700 RPM, we're going to test both mags, do a carb heat test, do a vacuum test, do all this kind of stuff. So I guess better late than never.
Full brakes, and 17, you have the brakes. Don't let us move.
Not moving. 1700 RPM, maybe back a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mag
Now we're
test?
going to do mag test. So mag right, get a loss of RPM, which we did. Go back to both. RPM rise back up, going to left. Get a drop in RPM. Go back to both. Carb heat test. Carb heat is carb heat pull. You drop. It's a really far carb heat pull. Vacuum. Vacuum is good. Amps, volts. I see.
Right here.
Amps good. Where volts? Do we have volts?
Voltage is a low voltage light here, and then I believe it's on that.
It's just showing a timer. So, okay.
We don't have low volts, so
No low volts. We're good. Oil pressure. Oil pressure's in the green. Oil temperature's in the green. Idle, check closed. So we'll go ahead and idle.
Envoy 4133, Peoria ground, runway 13.
Stabilize around
taxi via
600,
Tango
700
Echo.
RPM. Throttle friction, that's good. I love how loose that is actually.
we're back up. It's just a 4-second check.
Okay.
So this comes
Envoy
back up to 1,000.
4133,
Okay.
new weather pending, wind 0307, altimeter 302.
No, 1,000.
Oh, 1,000, okay.
Yeah.
We're done with the run up.
Yeah.
Back up to 1,000. A little bit more. A little bit less.
Here, I've got it. You continue this checklist.
Okay.
We don't need to chase the bunny.
Pre-takeoff. Well, actually, we're not on takeoff quite yet, but
Okay.
so now we need clearance delivery.
Yes.
Clearance
So-
delivery.
We're currently on clearance delivery. What are we doing today?
That's a great question. We're doing pattern work, and
Okay.
I would assume touch and goes.
So we're not leaving the pattern.
We're not leaving the pattern.
So what would you say to clearance delivery, you think?
It's in the area, or VFR, full thing, it would go Peoria clearance delivery, Skyhawk 79283, requesting
Student pilot.
student pilot with information uniform, requesting departure for in the area pattern work, something to that effect.
It's close. It's close. So what we're going to be saying, right, is Peoria clearance delivery, Skyhawk 79283, student pilot, with information uniform, looking to do pattern work today.
Oh, you just have to say looking to do pattern work. Don't even have to say departure.
Yeah, we're letting them know what we're doing. We're saying, hey, this is what we're doing. Last time we said, hey, we're departing to the north practice area. This time, we're staying in the pattern for some pattern work. That's
Okay.
all we're doing. So why don't you run through it and then take it?
All right. Peoria clearance delivery, Skyhawk 79283, student pilot with information uniform, looking to do pattern work today.
Envoy 4133, float press release in about 22 minutes.
22 minutes. Oh, they're going to be sitting there for a long time. Wow. All right. Whenever you feel comfortable, take the radio. Assuming the radios are clear. Like, don't interrupt someone.
I don't interrupt somebody.
Yeah,
All right.
you got it.
Peoria clearance delivery, Skyhawk November 79283, student pilot with information uniform, looking to do pattern work today. I said the niner.
Skyhawk 79283, Peoria clearance, maintain at or below 5,000, departure frequency 125.8, squawk 0271.
Where's the squawk on this one?
Minus 5,000. What was the squawk? Ask for the squawk again.
Squawk?
I got it. Sorry about that, Bureau clearance. Bureau clearance to Skyhawk 79283. What was the VFR below 5,000 and departure frequency is 0.8. And what was the squawk again?
0271.
71.
0271 for Skyhawk 283.
Yeah, so I got
Skyhawk 283, you're back correct.
I got confused because I thought the other planes that's on here,
it's
and
a different one, and so it's down here on this one.
Yeah, but yeah, in response, I should have said there.
I was busy writing out this here, just because I wanted you to be able to like read it off type of deal. Because I wanted you to take that, but you know, then I was like, oh no, that's too much.
I was going to read it all back, and then I immediately went okay here, and then I forgot the squawk code, and just that's why it's nice to have something to write it down with.
You can see that there's a lot of things, right?
Yeah.
And with IFR, right? Take a look here. Here's what's called our craft clearance. And so basically you have your clearance. So like if we were traveling down to Nashville, it'd be cleared to BNA. Wow.
And then it'd be route as filed.
BNA, because that's the airport. As filed.
And then altitude.
And then altitude 5,000. Frequency, it tells you the frequencies. Transponder code. And they read that sucker off like they're selling cows in France. Okay, it's like a singing auction. It's crazy. So, just, you know, that's the level up here. And so we work towards that very slowly. Okay, so we have the information. We have our squawk code.
Yes.
We're now good to swap over to Peoria ground, correct?
Correct. So you typically go back to ATIS.
Temperature 17,
and then change it back to 121.
That's right. Why do I do that?
Use runway 13 and 4.
So that we always have ATIS
on. Contact, you have Victor.
Is this mine?
That might be mine, I apologize.
Information Victor 2054 Zulu, wind 020 at 3, visibility 10.
Take your word for it.
Sky clear, temperature 17.
Yours was further back than mine. I set mine in front.
Oh, you can put it in there?
Visual approaching use runway 13
Yeah, I got a little
4.
thing right there.
Advise on this contact, you have Victor.
Is that ground right there? 121.85?
121.85, nope. Or yes, this one, yes.
Alright.
121.85. Alright. So with the uniform, we know that we probably want to take runway 4.
Okay.
Can we do an intersection departure from runway 4, or do we have to go all the way down across runway?
We can. We can do one at Echo, I feel comfortable with. For our performance, I don't know about Alpha 4 because I haven't flown it in Alpha 4. But, you know, we'll do it at Echo.
So it would be Peoria ground, Skyhawk 79283, student pilot with information uniform, looking for departure.
Now this is ground, so we don't need to say we have information uniform.
Okay.
So it'd just be Peoria ground, Skyhawk 79283, student pilot, looking taxi runway 4, intersection departure at Echo if able.
Okay.
If you don't feel comfortable, I'm more than happy to do it.
No, I'm going to make a fool of myself because that's the best part.
Okay.
Peoria ground, Skyhawk 7. Jeez, this is why we practice. Peoria ground, Skyhawk 79283, looking for runway taxi to runway 4, intersection departure with Echo if able.
Yeah, runway 4, intersection departure at Echo
Airport
if
as
able.
filed. Maintain 5,000. Expect flight level 290, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 125.8, squawk 2101.
That's the craft clearance.
Nice. All right, ready?
British Charlotte as filed, climb to 5,000, expect 290
Then he has to
after
say it
10
all back.
minutes. Departure frequency 125.8, squawking 2101, Blue Streak 5187.
Blue
Blue Streak 5187, read back correct.
They're nice. They do it really slow for us.
No, I really like that.
Nashville is not nice.
Yeah. All right. Peoria ground, Skyhawk 79283, student pilot, requesting departure from runway 4 at intersection Echo if able.
Skyhawk 79283, Pure Ground, runway 4 at Echo, intersection departure, taxi via Papa, Alpha, Echo.
Taxi via Papa, Alpha, Echo, no, 79283. So it's
All right.
Papa Alpha Echo.
Papa Alpha Echo. We know that this is Alpha 4 right here. We know Papa's right there because black is where you're at, gold is where you're going. And we see the black right there.
So we gotta swing ourselves around.
That's right. So you have the controls.
My controls.
All right. And basically what we're going to be doing is, first of all, clearing the area. Are we clear to taxi?
We are.
Do we have our taxi clearance?
We have our taxi clearance.
Is the airplane ready to taxi?
Yes, because we did all of our run-up checks. Now we're on pre-takeoff, so we gotta wait till we get to...
Because we've done this checklist, right?
Right.
Okay. Well, in that case, let's go ahead and taxi. And we will just whip it around here and do that there, so.
Okay, so I need more, more speed to be able to...
Yeah. I have the power.
Your power. More power.
There we go. Clear to the right, clear straight ahead, and clear to the left on the Alpha taxiway. Following the yellow brick road, we're into the wind right here, so we'll do one of these. A little bit of a crosswind. Hello. It's kind of variable, right?
Right.
Is what it said. Alpha, clear to the left, clear to the right, clear to taxi. We don't need to stop. We can keep going.
Okay.
We're taxiing to the right. Make sure we stay on the yellow line, right? As far as this, it's variable, so it is, I still hold the power.
Okay, your power.
And so as far as the wind goes, it's going to be changing on us. We can expect it to be changing on us. We'll expect a crosswind at all times, but we will not expect, because we're going to expect the crosswind, because if it's straight on, it's going to be a beautiful landing every time. If it's not, okay. It's whatever, right?
Right.
We're at 8 knots right now. I like that. Steering with our feet. Toes are off the brakes because we don't need them.
What is that noise? You hear that?
I do. Go ahead and stop. Go ahead and keep going. I have the controls.
Controls. Is that our wheel making that noise?
Might have been the brakes rubbing. This might be unfortunate because it's your money, but we're going to do a taxi from Echo, Delta, back to Papa, back to Alpha.
Okay.
Basically. And the reason we're going to do that is because I want to see if we don't have enough room to test it, you know what I mean?
No, I understand.
Alright.
Do we have to let...
Yeah, yep. Peoria Ground, Skyhawk 79283. Requesting taxi via Echo, Delta, Papa, back to Alpha, Echo. We're having a weird noise with we think it might be our brakes, so we want to basically taxi for a little bit longer to see if it continues, and we need to head back to Byerly.
Skyhawk 283, roger that. Purge requested Echo, Delta, Papa, Alpha.
Echo, Delta, Papa, Alpha, back to Echo. Thank you very much. Skyhawk 283.
My pleasure, and if you want to take it down to Tango, you can.
Alright, sounds good. Skyhawk 283. So basically we're in a position where we're going to troubleshoot this because that was an interesting sound. That is something squeaking.
Yeah.
Basically. And what happens with something squeaking?
Something's rubbing or grinding or...
Which is causing friction, right?
Right. Friction causes heat, which causes failure.
What if it's the alternator belt that's doing something like that?
Oh, loss of power.
Uh-oh. And what happens if it's the brakes rubbing like that?
Loss of brake power on landing.
Potentially, but also even worse, I think, potentially could be we land with one of our wheels locked up.
Which would be even worse, yeah.
That would be unfortunate, wouldn't it?
Bring us right off the runway.
Yeah. So we're still going to go Delta. He said Tango, but we got to be respectful of your time as best as we can. This is going to take like, I don't know, like a minute, so it doesn't really matter.
No, take your time. Honestly, I think practicing taxiing is also really helpful right now because I need to get a feel for.
Well, in that case, please.
Oh.
Take the controls.
My controls.
You have the controls. And so we're just taxiing here. I want you to, when you take this corner, of course we're going to use the brakes here, right? Because we're going to come up to the brakes, and maybe it starts rubbing, something like that, with the brakes perhaps.
Doesn't sound like it's happening again.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Are you still on power, or?
Yes. I mainly wanted us to slow down, because it could be something where the brakes, like if you're at a slower speed, like we were right here, it could be to where we just didn't have the. If we're going right here, we're going fairly slow, right?
Right.
That's when the sound picked up. So if we were on the brakes a lot, potentially it got stuck for a second, and it was like squeaking, and then you'll notice that I braked hard basically when we stopped, right?
And that might have unjarred whatever it was.
Exactly. So if we do take that corner slower and we're on the brakes, right? It might have gotten jammed again, which it doesn't sound like it. So I think we're chilling. How do you feel about it?
I feel okay. It's not giving me any problems with the rudder, and it's not like dragging us over to one direction. So
okay.
Do you still hear?
Yeah, I heard that a little bit there. That could be my controls.
Your controls.
Sorry, ground Sky 3542 Foxtrot, clear of runway 4 at Alpha 4.
Skyhawk 42 Foxtrot, pure ground, taxi straight ahead to Barley, and have a good day.
Taxi straight ahead to Barley, and you have a good day too. 42 Foxtrot.
Skyhawk 283 trying to make another lap. You may.
Okay. It's the left brake.
The left brake, not the right brake?
Yeah, the left one over here.
Okay.
Because whenever I turn that way, I'm using that brake, and that's when it squeaks. But I looked at the pads, and the pads were fine. So, most likely, it's just a something. Because clearly it's not jamming or anything, right?
Right.
So I feel fine with it.
Okay.
If it wants to make noises, that's fine. It's going to brake regardless. And if we do lose brakes, it's, we have 2 miles of runway. So I'm not concerned about it at all. I flew this thing not this one, I flew a different airplane when we had 0 brakes. It's not a big problem. So I'm just concerned about locking up, and there is no sticking on the brakes that I'm hearing. So,
okay.
I'm feeling at least, so we're good.
All right, pre-takeoff.
Hold on just 1 second. Pure ground, Skyhawk 79er 283. We taxied back to Echo, runway 4. We're good now, so we'll swap over to tower. Thank you for your help.
Roger that, my pleasure.
All right, so we need to switch over to
Tower, so right here.
24.0, we've already got it, yep. COM 1.
Yep, we're good.
All right. Pre-takeoff.
That was interesting, but welcome to aviation.
Mixture best power, carb heat off. Pilot heat is required. We got our squawk code, our heading bug. I guess we haven't been given a heading for our departure yet, but we're going to be in the pattern, so we'll see how that goes. Doors, windows locked, landing light on. Light pull all the way out, landing light. Strobes on.
They're already on.
Yep, nav light's already on. Time note, brakes release. So that's pre-takeoff, so we got to go ahead and contact tower, let them know we're sitting at runway 4 and ready for our
I've got this call.
Okay.
It is 4:16. Obviously our pre-flight took longer because we had someone right before us, right? So we weren't in pre-flight. So we do only have, like, not a ton of time, technically. But the next flight's not till 5:30. But we'll see. We'll kind of feel it out.
Okay.
So I'm going to do the radio call so we just get off the ground. Quick. Because we do want to do some things. Luckily, with 45 minutes in the pattern, it doesn't feel like 45 minutes. It's like an hour. It feels like 2 hours or something, because you're doing the same thing over and over again. We get like 7 landings in. I don't know 7 landings, but maybe something like that. Okay. Bureau Tower, Skyhawk 79er 283, holding short, runway 4 at Echo, ready for departure.
Skyhawk 79er 283, Bureau Tower, make left traffic, runway 4 at Echo, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 4 at Echo, after departure, left traffic, Skyhawk 283. Okay, so we're making left traffic. You know what way you're turning for that?
Turning left.
The left. All right, so I'll have you handle this takeoff.
Okay.
Finals clear, runway's clear. You have controls.
My controls. We're currently technically supposed to be pointing into the wind, aren't we not? But
For the ailerons?
yeah.
Yeah, but the wind was coming from here, which is why the last time I looked, at least, it's kind of coming from this way now, so we're fine.
Okay.
When we take off, we will want a little bit of this, okay?
Okay.
And the reason we want a little bit of that is because it will help with, so that way our airplane doesn't start doing like this type of a deal. I would demonstrate it, but I want you to take off on this one, so.
Sounds good. So we're going to line ourselves up.
Oh, one thing to note about this airspeed thing is that you're going off of the inside, not the outside.
Okay.
The outside is miles an hour, and notice how there's a fairly decent difference.
Okay.
We're rotating at 55
Okie dokie.
on the inside one.
All right, full power.
Hit it. I'm helping you on the rudders here.
Give us a little bit more to the left.
A little bit of this.
A little bit of
That's
this.
going to stabilize you.
And we've got 65. Heading bug. Full back.
Back. Watch your airspeed so we don't start losing airspeed, but let it keep gaining. Right rudder.
Right rudder.
Oh, a little too much right rudder.
A little bit too much right
Oh,
rudder.
a little too less. A little too much. There we go. A little bit more.
A little bit more.
You'll notice it's going to be bumpy today because we're in the afternoon pretty much.
Yes. I can feel it.
So, there we are. 76. Hold the 76. Make sure you stay on the rudder, stay on heading. See those towers out there?
Yes.
You see the red tower and the water tower?
Yes.
Use those as your reference point for this runway.
Okay.
Make sense?
Makes sense.
Okay. I'm helping you with the rudder here, but you need
Envoy 41.
a little bit of rudder. There you go. Now you're doing it.
Fly runway heading, runway 13, clear for takeoff.
400. We're going to start our turn.
Runway heading, runway 13, clear for takeoff.
Turn.
4133.
Trying to keep going 90 now.
Alright, executive
So we're holding 76. Bring the power out. Nice.
Subjet 432,
Go to 2000 and see if that's enough.
Runway 13, clear to land.
Keep that turn coming.
I'll keep it coming.
Clear to land, runway 13.
We want to be 90 degrees from the runway. And remember, we're going to pitch down slightly because we're still climbing. You're pulling back. See how you're pulling back on me?
Right.
Right here.
Oh, so we need to come down?
Tower, hold short runway 4.
Right.
I thought you said 2,000 feet, my bad.
We're leveled off, right?
Right.
So that means we're going to, you're doing this, and you're still pulling back. We need it, yeah, you're still pulling back.
Still pulling back.
Right
okay.
here. 4 fingers here.
Right.
And we're still descending, which is why the nose lower. Turn this way, because we got to be on downwind. Here, we're going to be wide.
Yeah.
Wide. A little bit of power here.
Look at my rudder. Oh.
A little bit of this for the descent. I have controls.
Your controls.
I want to stabilize us here. That way we can come in stable. Because we're a little outside of where we really should be. And so we want to get us back to an equal playing field, and then we'll get you back in the game.
Okay. There's a lot
How do you feel about the bumps?
Oh, I'm good with the bumps.
Okay.
It takes some getting used to.
Does it make it a little bit more stressful?
No, it's not stressful. It just makes me feel like I need to do more control.
yeah.
But I have to remember that it just need to ride it out.
Do you see how easy it could be to over control the airplane?
Absolutely. That whole takeoff, I feel like I was over controlling the airplane.
I agree. And that's why I'm right here. Look how I'm flying the airplane, and it just feels so easy for me because I'm 2 fingers.
Right.
I'm 2 fingers here, and I'm coming up to my altitude. I'm coming up to my airspeed. I'm on my power here. And see when it starts to throw me, I'm just kind of doing
0 fly runway heading, runway 4 Echo, clear for takeoff.
I'm just kind of controlling it just like this.
Runway 4.
Very casual. When it tries to push me, I'm like, no. There's my 1,000 footers. I'm just going to control this whole one actually.
Okay.
So I'm just going to talk my way through this one, and then we'll bring it right on in. So now we're bringing my power down to 15. 10 notch flaps comes in. Feel that braking. Right?
Yep.
The extra lift. Do you feel the nose come up even?
Yes.
Alright, so I'm on my 80 knots, right?
Sky 283, extend downwind, I'll call your base.
Gosh dang it.
Extend downwind.
Extend downwind, you call my base, Sky 283.
Bro, I just configured. Look at that sink rate that we just had.
Yeah, I saw that.
Did you feel
dropped.
that?
Yeah.
That's what happens when you take up flaps. So now I'm recovering back because he's going to extend my downwind because someone's taken off or something. You have controls.
My controls?
You got them.
A little bit of rudder. There we go.
Hold us at the 17 and make sure we're not drifting over to the path of the runway, which we are slightly.
17 or 16 because we're at 16?
17.
Okay, so bring us up just a little bit.
That's right. I had descended a little bit because of the flaps, and I started coming down, and then he made his call.
Right.
Thinking scam.
So we're at 17, bring us back down, 4 fingers.
Yeah.
Burning something over there.
They are indeed. We're turning too much. We're turning towards the
Are we
smoke.
still turning too much? Oh, yeah, we are.
We need to be right about there.
Sky 283, base turn approved.
Base turn approved.
Base turn approved, Sky 283.
So go ahead
Hit
and
the
turn
base
us
turn.
on the base.
Power's down to 1500 RPM.
1500.
Sky 090, contact departure.
On over to departure for Sky.
So, 1500, 1500, there we go. Feel the nose drop just a tiny bit. 10 degrees of flaps, nose comes up. Stay on.
Hold us here.
Hold us here. Ooh, ooh, ooh. There we go. Very extended down base.
80 knots. We're climbing, which means that we're losing airspeed.
Okay.
And that's exactly what's happening. So
we need to bring us down just a
bring
little
the nose down. We're at 69 knots. Now start our turn.
Starting turn.
Because we're supposed to be 80 knots. At least out here, because we still have the first notch of flaps in. We're not going to put in the second notch of
Sky
flaps.
283, runway 4, clear for the option, wind 020 at 4.
Runway 4, clear for the option. Skyhawk 283.
So 80.
Pushing down, because we're still at the 10 degrees of flaps. We haven't put the next notch of flap in yet. So we're still maintaining 80 knots, and we're at 70. Which is going to make our sink rate pretty great. Nose down, and we need to come over because we're about positioned to land in the middle of that grass there. So we do want to come over to the center line.
Coming over. See what you mean? I can see the
I'm going to give you a little power here, and I want your nose down.
nose down. Okay.
Because I want you to do what it takes to put this plane at 80 knots.
Executive 432, turn left at Mike, contact ground point 85.
There you go. Do you feel that?
Yeah, I feel that.
Okay. Last notch or second notch flaps is coming in,
So now we gotta go for 75.
and your power is coming out. So maintain 75 knots. We're still off. I'm looking at the taxi lights right now. That's where we're going to land if we continue like this. So let's turn this way. Let's aim at the poppies, basically.
Gotcha.
See how we're coming over?
Yes.
Why are we at 61 knots?
Because I am not maintaining our speed.
Fair enough. We don't want to get slow here, right?
Right.
So we do want to make sure the nose stays at 75. That's very important. We're still coming down.
Whew, that was very windy.
Yeah. You're managing it quite well. Just make sure you're focused on the airspeed, right? We're airspeed back out because we can see everything we need to be from here. We don't care about altitude. We don't care about attitude. We care about our airspeed and we care about our relation to the runway. Last notch of flaps is coming in.
Last notch of flaps.
I'm reducing some power for you.
Reducing power. Now we want to aim for 70.
70.
Ooh. Overcorrecting because
I have the controls.
Your controls.
When we're playing a game like this, right, we're going to find ourselves, if we're making large control adjustments, our airspeed's going to vary drastically. And if our airspeed starts varying drastically, that's where we get into the potential of a stall.
Okay.
Because it could jump to an airspeed to where we have too great of an angle of attack, and that's a stall. And if we stall right here,
that's a really bad day.
We're probably not going to walk away from it, to be honest.
Yeah.
And so we don't want that. Oh, man. Okay, it's a little spicy up here. Little spicy. All right, we're fine. Flaps come on. I still have the controls.
Your controls.
Right here.
Blue Streak 5187, Pure Tower, fly runway heading, runway 13, clear for takeoff.
Really pushes it. Where's my sock at? Okay, there it is. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's a pretty big crosswind right now.
We're going to swap. Not because I feel very safe with that. I would actually stay on this runway just because I would want to play with the crosswind. But I don't want you to play with the crosswind.
Yeah,
does that make sense?
No, I agree.
We don't want to play with the neighbor kids, okay? We don't want you. I might play with the neighbor kids, but we don't want you playing with the neighbor kids.
I gotta learn my own siblings first.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just using those towers as my example.
Okay.
Pure Tower, Skyhawk 79er 283. Is it possible to swap to runway 13?
Skyhawk 283, change to runway 13, make left traffic.
Swap to runway 13, make left traffic, Skyhawk 283. So I'm turning my crosswind, but it's not really my crosswind, it's my left downwind. Because we're swapping to runway 13. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Watch my level off here. I'm 50 feet. My power is coming out. Look at my nose. My nose is coming down.
Dropping it, yeah.
And now we're at 17. I haven't pushed down too much. But it's okay. You have controls?
My controls?
That's the runway we're going to.
Okay.
Which means we're going to be configuring rather soon.
Skyhawk 283, extend down, we'll call your base.
Gosh dang it. Extend down when you call my base, Skyhawk 283. There's a car on the runway. Dog.
There is.
Had a little bit too much power in, that's my fault. So we're getting back down to 17.
Yep, bring it back down.
We're looking about 2,000, I think, is the sweet spot.
Pure Tower, runway 13, clear to land. Traverse the Skyhawk and then left downwind, I'll extend to follow you.
13, clear land, 895.
Where is he at?
I do not know.
That's always a great thing to know.
Turning a little bit too far this way, I need to stay more this way.
Yes, aim for...
I'm really aiming for the big green field a little bit.
Even further.
Further, okay.
Aim for that direction. Go, fly me a heading of 320.
320.
I have the traffic in sight.
Where is it?
Maybe not, actually. I think that's departing.
Oh, yeah, I see that. No, he's coming towards us.
Oh, he is. Yeah, he is. He's turning towards us. Wow, we're going to be out here for a while. This is a scam. Well, at least we get to control it on a bumpy day, so it's not like we're losing out.
We're losing altitude, though, so let me...
Oh.
Kayak 283, traffic follows an Airbus 320 on a 6-mile final. Report traffic in sight.
Airbus 320. Fantastic. We got the traffic in sight, Kayak 283.
Kayak 283, follow that traffic. Runway 13 cleared for the option. Caution wake turbulence.
We'll follow the Airbus and caution wake turbulence. Number 2 for runway 13, Kayak 283.
Wake turbulence, woohoo!
Stinking Airbus, dude. I remember this one guy when I went through flight school, and he was so stoked. He wanted to fly an Airbus so bad. I was like, bro, it's an Airbus. It's like wanting to drive a semi.
I mean, I want to drive a semi, so...
Fair enough.
I feel like I need a little bit more trim. I feel like I'm really holding on to the...
Yeah, well, then just add some trim to it. I would argue you need slightly more power because we're sitting here at 83 knots and we're not gaining altitude, which makes me think
traffic
that...
is an Airbus 320 on a 4-mile final for runway 13.
Okay, clear to land 4, we go into Byerly Aviation.
Now we're 80.
That's a 234, Roger.
I think our nose is too high. I'm about 2 fingers right now. That's what I'm looking at.
I would agree.
Okay. You see how you're learning through practice here, right?
Right.
I'm not telling you much. It's more along the lines of I'm just pointing out, hey, look, your airspeed's low, and you're fixing it, right?
Right.
And you're experimenting with different things to try and fix it. Like right now we're gaining altitude. Why do you think we're gaining altitude?
Because I might be going a little bit too fast. Or at least too much throttle, aiming up too far.
Well, we're still at 85 knots, and we want to be at 90, right?
Right.
I think you're too high on your pitch attitude. I think that the seating position has messed with it, and your 4 fingers isn't working, so your sight picture's off.
I think you're right. I am sitting really high up.
Go ahead and make your turn.
Making my turn. That is, actually, you're right, because the last plane that we flew, I was really low in the seat. That's when I'm feeling like I'm really high. I can see over the nose.
Yep. That is something to keep into take into consideration with the different planes you fly. All about finding that sweet spot. Which is why it's beneficial to stick to the same plane, at least in the early days. But we don't have that luxury completely. We're really far out. I wouldn't be surprised if he cuts someone in front of us. We're going to expect that.
Okay.
80 knots.
Still going way too slow.
Remember that the power does not really get us airspeed. It's not like the gas on a car.
Right.
Or do you remember, go ahead and turn now. Do you remember what happened when I went full power on our first flight and we were just sitting there?
Not necessarily.
What happened was our nose did this.
Okay.
We did power. I have controls.
Your controls?
We're flying along like this, right?
Brings it straight up.
Do you see the nose?
Yeah.
So if 895, turn left.
If we're sitting here and you just add the power, right, like you just did, our airspeed's not going to increase. It might actually decrease because we're getting more and more pitch, right? It's like a roller coaster. So you go down. If I go down like this, right, my airspeed's going to go up, and if I pitch up, my airspeed's going to go down because it's like a roller coaster, right? Roller coaster slows down on the way up, speeds up on the way down.
Energy retention.
283
Exactly.
traffic, Challenger 2-mile final, runway 4. You'll be number 2 to the field. After the option, make left traffic.
We have the Challenger in sight, number 2 to the field, runway 13, clear to land, and left traffic after the option.
Where's the traffic?
Sky 283, and that's runway 13 cleared for the option.
Runway 13 clear for the option, Sky 283. He's right in between those two factories, right before those big towers.
Yeah, I see him.
Alright.
So we gotta wait for him to land?
He's gonna land way before us.
Okay.
Yeah, we got about maybe 2 minutes to the runway. Alright, you have controls again. So do you,
controls?
Yes.
Peoria Tower, good.
So you basically understand what I'm saying now, right?
Yes.
Okay, so use that, you just learned, right? And use that to maintain your airspeed. You're maintaining 80 knots. We're on we got the 10 degrees of flaps then. So just maintain our 80 knots and maintain it with your pitch. And if we start descending, which is what we're doing, holy crap, we're just going to add some power in. The power is going to keep us up. So if we start speeding up, we'll pitch back. If we start pitching or descend, or if we start slowing down, we'll pitch down, right?
Right.
Pitch for airspeed, power for altitude. They just crossed over the intersection, so we're good. By this time, all the wake turbulence
5442, additional traffic is the CRJ7, about 13 miles, 13 miles.
How many jets are coming in here?
Roger. All of them, apparently.
Yep, these guys 5442.
The time for second measure flaps.
234, turn left when able, contact ground point 85.
Ground point 85.
We are 3 red, 1 white. So we're going to add a little bit more power to carry us there. And we're going to pitch for 75. Second notch of flaps is in. There's 2 white, we're on glide slope. There's 3 white, oh boy.
So that would really come down, yeah.
Yep, so make sure we're pitching for 75 here. 75. There you go. Nice, nice. We're on 2 white, 2 red, you see it?
Yep.
Okay, I feel like we're descending fairly rapidly.
I do too.
And so we're just going to add a little bit of power, but maintain that 75, right?
Right.
So we're changing the power a bunch here, but maintain the 75. We're around 80 right now, maintain 75. Now slow us down to 70. Ooh, whoa, the balloon. The balloon up. We're going to start sinking here. Any moment we're going to start sinking.
There it comes. There we go.
There's the sink. And we're going to ride this down. 70. I have the controls.
Controls.
So I want you to shadow me here. Just very light. Just kind of feel what I'm doing, right?
Right.
So I'm maintaining with small adjustments. Do you see my small adjustments?
Very, very small. I'm still
adding a little bit of power. I'm pitching down because I just noticed my airspeed's at just below 65. I want to be at 65 right here, which is what I am now. Okay. We're coming in. I'm bringing the power out. I'm maintaining my wings level, and I pull back. Notice, look at the end of the runway. We're sinking, 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 sinking. Oh, there it is. Okay. You see how we were sinking there, and I just kept pulling back, but I didn't just go, whoom.
Right.
Right? I just
Skywest 5442,
pulled
that's
back.
Additional traffic of the regional jet. They gave him an extension to give you some room.
Thanks. Appreciate
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So this time, we're going to attempt for you to do it. There's my right rudder in it. Now the crosswind is coming from my left, right? Because we swapped runways. So it's coming from my left now. You have controls.
My controls?
You have them. Don't forget the right rudder. You're going to need it.
Right rudder?
There you go. We're pitching for the 76. We're getting up and out of here.
Bumpy 6487's on a right base 13.
Right
Skywest 6487 Peoria Tower, runway 13, cleared to land. Traffic is a Skyhawk in the left traffic pattern on 13. Additional traffic, regional jet, 2 mile final for runway 4.
Turn because we're at our altitude.
Roger, clear to land 13, Sky 6487.
200 feet to go. Ooh. 100 feet to go.
Still trying to turn really far up.
And level us off. Nice. Nice. That's what we're looking for. Don't let the nose come up. Nose is coming up there.
Down.
There we go. There we go. Go ahead and make your turn.
Yeah, the sea height really screwed with me. I'm noticing it more and more after you said it.
Yeah.
Just how much it's...
This is just a readjustment of the sight picture, right?
Right.
And that's what it really does suck when you're new, and that's why swapping planes, I wouldn't advise it. I'd just pick one. But right now, we're not worried about the swapping planes, right? We're trying to find the plane that you enjoy, and then we'll fly that one.
So far, I really like the
090.
No, the one that we flew the first time, actually.
3, extend downwind, you'll be number 2, following a regional jet, 5 mile final, report traffic in sight.
You're kidding me. Extend downwind, we're looking for that traffic, Sky 283.
We're rising very rapidly.
We are 200 feet above the traffic pattern. I got him in sight. And Peoria Tower, Sky 79283, we have the traffic in sight.
Skyhawk 283, follow that traffic, runway 13, cleared for the option number 2, caution wake turbulence.
Follow the traffic number 2, clear for the option, runway 13, caution wake turbulence, Sky 283.
Sky 5442, contact ground point 85.
Ground point 85, Sky 5442.
Ooh. Bumpy.
Just a little bit. It's really not that bad. I wish I could say like, oh yeah, this is really bad. Let me tell ya.
Get much worse.
Oh, it can get much worse. It's enough to make me cry. Like, it gets stressful, man. It gets stressful. I did instrument training in the summer. It was not good. You're blind outside. You can't see outside. You only see the instruments.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
Okay. So here's our traffic here. Once they pass our wing, we'll turn inbound.
Okay.
I notice how you're doing this. I got controls.
Controls.
It does this. Uh-oh. And you do this. Oh, it's like you're just trying not to put in enough control input. There is some point where you do have to put in a good amount of control input. So if I'm like here and it bumps me, oh, I'm going to bring it back. Look, oh, right there. Right there. Did you feel the wind push us?
Yeah.
I'm immediately putting in the control input to level the wings.
Okay.
And then once it ends, then I come back to neutral, right? So I'm not jerking it, but it's a smoothness that is exactly the amount that I need. Go ahead and take the controls back for me.
My controls?
You have the controls.
Probably need to pull out power. You got it.
I got it. Pitch for 80. Turn inbound. Final. My controls.
Your controls.
There's a bird.
Oh, wow. Good call. I didn't even see that. Nice big old hawk.
I'm going to finish this turn and then you have it. Oh, that's the motorcycle track.
Nice.
I haven't seen that in a while.
He's still on the runway.
He'll be fine. We're not landing for another about minute 30.
Yeah.
We're slow. We're slow as crap. You have controls?
My controls?
You got it.
Sky 6487, turn left at Mike, contact ground point 85, have a good day.
Left at Mike, I'm in ground, Sky 6487, good day.
Pitching for 80 still.
75 now.
Oh, 75. The crosswind is something. We're hitting 70, so let's bring it back down just a little bit.
Well, you're just going to push down a little bit, right?
Right.
Like here.
Whoop.
About here.
Okay.
A little bit back. Right there. See that difference in sync rate?
Yeah.
It's because of my power setting here. Bringing in my last notch of flaps.
Last notch of flaps.
Alright, so you're bringing this in here. I'm with you here on the controls, but we're mainly, look, oh, we're at 60.
Ooh. Bring bringing it down a little bit more.
Watch that, watch that. We're 70 here. We want to be at 70. I'm giving some power for the sink rate.
Attention all aircraft, use caution for a large flock of vultures, it looks like, circling just north of runway 13 approach end.
That is not good.
That's where we are.
No, it's not. They're like right here, basically. We're past it, I would think. Okay, anyway, back to the landing. Okay, you're on the controls here. You got it. We're coming in here. And I'm using the rudders. I have the rudders.
You have the rudders.
Here.
And
power comes here. We're flaring. Hold on. Flaring there.
Ooh.
Let it come down. Let it come down.
Let it come down.
Just like this. Just like this. Pull back, back, back. Just a little bit. Little bit. Nice. Ooh, nice. That was a good 60% you there. Okay.
I think it was more like 20 to 30, but I'll take your word for it.
You know, you were doing the right things. For instance, with the pullback, we needed a little bit of pullback, so I came in there. When we were coming in, the wings weren't staying level as much as we could, so I was just like, okay, we're going to do a little bit more for the wings level.
Yeah.
Right? But in terms of the basic principles, you flared that, okay? You flared a little high,
yes,
but then we sunk it right on in, right? And we got right into that sweet pocket. Did you feel that sweet pocket?
I did, yes.
Okay, I felt it too.
I felt the ground effect hit, and then it...
Right. Did you feel that?
Yeah.
Good.
I feel like I'm not handling the controls hard enough. I'm still being too gentle.
Okay.
But at the same time, I'm also overcorrecting. So it's a weird fine line between...
It is. It is. And do you know what that fine line is?
Practice?
No. The fine line is over controlling the airplane. And so basically what you're looking for is, go ahead and feel. Come on the controls here with me. Okay. We're going to fly this together here. Okay, so I'm on the controls. I'm at 70s. Whoa! That was close.
What was that?
A bird. That was really close. And so we're flying along here. We're going to wait for a bump. But I want you here. I want you on it. It's like you're flying. But I'm also flying. So if I move it like this, I just want you to follow me.
Yeah.
But like basically you can also, I want you to be able to also feel what the airplane's doing, right?
Right.
So we're flying along. We're at 76. Oh, feel that bump right there?
I feel it.
I'm still not moving. We're going to start our turn here. Feel my turn. Okay. It's not a crazy turn. Okay. A little bit of bumps. I'm not fazed by these bumps. I don't really care about these bumps. That bump, did you feel the nose kind of, look, we kind of did this. I did a little correction this way and a little correction back, right? Because I realized that it was a very short little thing. We're coming up on our altitude. I'm bringing the power out. Feel this. Power comes out, and look how I'm already pushing down. Do you feel that?
Right.
Do you feel I'm pushing down?
Yeah, I feel it.
And then we come back on the power. We're at 70. Feel these bumps? I'm just riding over them like a boat over waves.
Yeah, the ones that bring us up and down are fine. It's the ones that like
push the wings, right?
Push the wings, yeah.
Yeah. So let's just keep going and wait until we feel one. Are you on it? I don't really feel like you're on it. There we go. There we go. I want you on it. I want you on the controls. Follow me, right?
Right.
But I want you to feel in the controls, right? We're keeping this turn coming, right? Because I don't want you to fight me on it, right? But I want you to kind of move with me. I'm pitching back here because I notice I'm losing my altitude, so I'm at a little bit of power. I'm just going to hold this. There's my 90. Okay. How's our distance from the runway?
Good.
Good.
Skyhawk 283, wind 030 at 3, runway 13, clear for the option.
Runway 13, clear for the option. This is going to be a full stop on this one. Full stop terminate.
Skyhawk 283, roger. And use caution for that large flock of vultures. They were, last I saw, just over the approach end of 13, but I don't see them anymore.
We were looking when we came in. We didn't see them, but we will keep our eyes open. That will not be good to hit in a 172.
Agreed.
So we'll keep our eyes peeled. 4 eyes are better than 2.
Right.
So I do want you looking as well, but we're still focused on the airplane. 80% outside, 20% inside. We're going to go ahead and go power. This is going to be our first real type deal. So we're going 15. This is coming in. Notice how I'm pitching back here, right? I'm pitching back.
Pitching back for the 80.
Yeah, there's my 80, and I'm going to descend at my 80. Look how I'm right on my 80.
Right on it, okay.
Right on the 80. I'm looking to cut that square in half. So I'm looking at my 1,000 footers, because that's where I'm aiming to land at, right?
Right.
I'm looking, you're not looking.
Oh, back there, okay.
1,000 footers, there's about where we're going to turn. We're going to turn now. Look how it's not too much of a turn here, okay?
Right.
Not too much of a turn. Look if I take my foot off the rudder here. Look at how the ball's going towards it. We're falling into the turn.
The big
so
slip.
I need some left turn. After I need some left rudder in my left turn rather than a right rudder as normal. Back to level here. Here is what's this, where are we at?
Base.
Base. Oh man, that bump kind of got me there. There we go. Oh, there we go. We're pitching for the 75. I'm reducing power because we're a little high, wouldn't you say? Little high?
Little high, yes.
You're not looking at the runway. Runway. Are we high?
Yes.
All right. So I'm just reducing power here. Because remember, you're still kind of flying the airplane here. And now it's going to be your controls.
My controls?
I'm still with you here, but you're the one flying now. Okay, I'm shadowing you. Okay. All right. So we're kind of turning us in, right? We're kind of missing our center line. Bring us back. Right there. Hold it right there.
Right there.
That way we can correct for that. We're at power idle right now. 30 degrees of flaps. We're looking for those birds. I don't see them. Watch our airspeed. I'm bringing our power back in for that sink rate. Bringing more power in for that sink rate. Whoa. Hot air. Pitch down. There we go. Hold this. Hold this right here. We're at 65. Hold this right here. Just keep holding this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we're at 70. Keep holding this. Down, 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 down. Push down. And then now we're here. Pulling back.
Pulling back.
Just hold it right there. Right there. Back.
Flare.
Nice. 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 Keep coming. Keep coming. Wait, 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 wait. Now back. See how it's sinking?
Yep.
Hold it. Nice. That was a solid 70% you. At one point I took my hand off. Yeah, I don't know if you realized that, but
no, I didn't.
I took my hand off right here for like, it was probably like maybe 4 or 5 seconds there. So huge, huge. Way to end it. High five.
Skyhawk 283, turn left next taxiway, contact ground point 85.
Beautiful. What a one to end it on. I feel good about that one. I feel very good about that one. Yeah, you have the control still.
My controls.
So that's up to you.
The next
Brakes.
taxiway.
Remember, we're going to brake and then we'll turn, right? We don't want to take it like a race car.
That's what I know best.
Yeah, well, we're not going to do that. This is a tricycle. View it like a tricycle. We will flip, so very easily. So
very, very easily. I've seen videos of them flipping.
we're going to go into the wind because it's coming from this way. And we'll stop and clean it up after this.
All right.
All right, we're off of the next taxiway and we're over to ground. Have a good day. Thank you for your help today.
You as well, and thanks for your help too.
1.85, we're already on 121.85, column 2.
Nice. And so we're on with ground. We have enough room for someone to come off behind us. And go ahead and checklist.
Checklist. Landing, after landing, flaps up. Flaps go up, carb heat off. Carb heat is off, flaps are now up. Strobes off, would that be?
We won't touch those right now.
Okay.
It says strobes off, but we don't have a separate one. I believe it's tied to our beacon.
Okay, interesting.
Which is weird because this plane, basically they just tied a bunch of things to the plane. Like the nav lights, we can't turn it off because our ADS-B is on with the nav lights.
Right, okay.
Wild. I don't know who did that, but...
So landing light, push it all the way in, pull it out one just for taxi lights. Taxi light is required. Pitot heat off. Pitot heat was never turned on. It seems.
You're correct.
Okay. Could we have had that on this whole time?
Mixture as required, basically meaning that we're going to lean it now.
Okay.
We had it full. When we fly above 3,000 feet, we're required. We're not required when we're in the pattern. And that's basically because we're just doing many takeoffs.
You want to go over to the and take a look at the birds?
You want to be mixture rich or mixture enriched if you're going to be doing landings. So if it's super hot, we're just going to pull, we're just going to be like leaning it out, but it's not super hot. It's like 60 degrees.
So my question, should this pitot heat should have been on the entire time? Or
No, because it's not cold.
Not cold, so that only comes on.
Do you know
when
what the
it's cold?
pitot heat does?
It heats up that tube for the avionics, right?
Right, and so why would we want that heated up?
De-icing.
That's right. We will have that on when the conditions are icing, or basically, in other words, below 40 degrees.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. And Peoria Tower, Skyhawk 79er 283. We're just sitting here at Echo 4, and we were just looking for the birds just for the heck of it, and we are not seeing any birds at the moment. Skyhawk 283.
Skyhawk 283, roger that, thanks. Are you ready to taxi back to the ramp?
Oh, I just realized that I was on ground. Yeah, we're ready to taxi back to the ramp, yep.
Skyhawk 283, roger, taxi to the ramp via Echo Tango, and have a good day.
Taxi back to the ramp via Echo Tango. Have a good day, Skyhawk 283. That was embarrassing.
I was wondering why you were calling tower, yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, I did a oopsie. All right, taxi is back via Echo Tango. We're cleaned up, right?
We are cleaned up.
All right, let's do it.
Ops 4, roger, thanks, you as well.
Clear to left, clear to the right, clear.
I forgot we swapped over. You see how easy it is when someone, you'll hear it. You'll hear people make the call, and they'll be like on the wrong frequency. I just did. Now you do have a hill here. We're not going to use our power extremely when it comes to this hill. Okay. But we do want to stay center line, right? And we want to stay center line. You notice how we were off by a foot, and you might say, Gavin, we're off by a foot. Does it really matter?
Yes.
And I'm going to say yes, it does matter. We want to stay on this center line religiously. You understand? To be off the center line is to be breaking the law, going to jail, whatever you want to say. We're not worried about him right now.
Legion 846, Peoria, clearance cleared to Punta Gorda Airport as filed. Climb
Punta Gorda!
Expect flight level 37010 minutes after departure.
Allegiant gets to go to Punta Gorda.
Squawk 2146.
I think another problem I'm having is I'm so high up on the seat that trying to use the foot brakes, if my feet are just resting on it at this angle, they're just automatically touching those brakes.
How do you feel about our speed right now? Do you think you could walk this fast?
No. We're definitely going too fast.
Okay.
10 knots. There we go.
Yeah.
My bad.
The main thing that we're looking for, right, is just for, right now, my job is to recognize that for you, right, and point it out to you. And it's your job to fix it, right? Which you did. And what we're getting you to, because, we have a lot of flights ahead of us, right, until you get your private pilot license, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But we're getting you to the point where you realize it. Say, whoa, I'm too fast here. We need to slow down. And I would highly recommend talking yourself through, what am I doing right now? Just out loud, just talking. One, it makes it so I can understand what you're thinking.
Right.
And number two, it makes it so you can understand what you're thinking. Because sometimes you don't know what you're thinking.
So I'm slowing down now to get onto Tango.
Okay. I would say we're going a little slow we don't need to be this slow, right? There's two extremes, right? We do want to get to where we're going. You know what I mean? Unless you want to pay for just, putt-putting, I could push the airplane faster than that. Okay, there we go. So it is a balance, right?
Right.
And we don't want to be doing anything crazy. There's Tango. Black is where you're at. Gold is where you're going. We're continuing. Nice use of the brakes to get on center line, but we're not riding the brakes, right?
Right.
We're not here on the brakes. You feel me on the brakes here?
Yes.
We're not riding the brakes. We're simply tapping them to do what we need to do. That's it. Man, that Allegiant plane is great. I love the planes they fly. They fly the Airbus like 380 or I don't know, whatever they're called. They're stinging great. I only fly Allegiant. I don't think I've ever flown on a Delta flight or anything. I really wish that they didn't pay so little on their like first year. But then again, maybe I should just go to Allegiant, you know, honestly.
Just do it.
Because they get you home every night. That's what's wild about them. So they get you home every night, and you get to be based at any of their bases type deal. One of them's Orlando, like, you know, Atlanta. There's a bunch of great bases that they have. Colorado.
And ground ops 4, I couldn't see the vultures over there anymore. Just give me a call if they're a problem again.
Ops 4, roger, thanks.
Let me know if they're a problem again. Pull out Arnold Schwarzenegger.
He sounded pretty excited to find them.
like Arnold's like signature line. I'll be back. I'll be back. All right, so we're taxiing here. We're staying on the center line. We're gonna follow the center line all the way around. Okay.
Yes. Do not cut.
Yeah.
That's a race term. They yell at a lot for.
We're
rally.
not here to. Why is there a Phantom here?
Having a good day.
432 at Barley, information whiskey, rate taxi.
Oh, that's them.
Jet 432 Pure.
Did they say Learjet? Is that a Learjet, not a Phantom?
We could do runway.
Keep going.
13 would be great. So
we're on the taxiway.
Jet 432, roger. Runway 13, taxi via Delta Echo.
Delta Echo to runway 13, Jet 432.
He's gonna come towards us, so he has to wait.
So we always have the right of way when we're on a taxiway, as long as.
Well, we're moving. He's not.
6487.
I'll explain it to you in a second once we're done moving.
Sky 6487, pure clearance, full road clearance, cleared to Chicago
Less
O'Hare
speed,
Airport,
slow us down
for the Shane to arrival.
We're not going to let them rush us.
Maintain 5,000, expect 13,000.
We're going to go on the opposite side of 42 Foxtrot.
Departure frequency 125.8, squawk 2162.
The loud jet.
That way now. Just go straight here. Right here.
And quick Chicago via the Deep Ford and
then you see your parking spot? In between the cones?
Yes.
All right, let's stay here.
From Machine 2.
Machine 2, Clementine 5,000, expect 13,000.
Never heard someone's voice like this. That's weird. It's an odd voice.
To go 6487.
Trying his best.
I think he's old, actually.
6487, read back correct.
Sounded like a girl for a second, but I think it's an older guy. All right, watch our shadows.
Shadows are not touching.
Okay. And we're good. I feel like we're on center line, right? Keep coming.
Oh, keep coming.
Hold on, stop right here. We want our strut to be over the yellow line because we have hooks at the top of our struts, and they'll go directly into those holes that will tie it down to. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, let's see it. You have controls.
Turn just a little bit more.
And we want to be straight, right? Yep, just keep it coming, keep it coming, keep stop right there. All right. Go ahead and shut down checklist.
Shut down checklist. ELT verify silent avionics off.
ELT, no. Avionics off.